Hi. Are we recording?
Yep.
Oh, fantastic. Today I'm going to show you how to make our pizza that was recently featured in the March issue of the Pizza Magazine Quarterly. The Five Oceans, which is a lead pizza, salmon base, fresh veggies. It's pretty good. Okay. What I'm starting with is a semolina flour and a high gluten power flour blend here, about 50-50. And we use this mainly because it's a good agent for keeping your dough from sticking. When we toss this into the oven, a lot of this is going to fall off, and the rest we can shake off, so you don't get a really floury pot. Here is our pizza. I put this base down. This is 24 to 48 hour. This dough is particularly aged for about 36 right now, and we use a pre-ferment. A lot of the times we let this age just because we want to really develop those flour, the gluten network inside. We want it to be a bit more aromatic. I mean, this dough is going to be a lot easier to digest as well. It's just all around fermentation is a great process on dough. So I top the top with a bit more of my semolina power flour mixture, get a good top on it, and I start forming a crust line. Just like so. And after that I'll push down the middle, softly of course on this, flip it over, do the same thing again, form that crust line on the face of it, push down the middle, and we flip it one more time, do the same thing, and then I start slowly rotating, which is one hand's holding it, one hand slowly coaxing it and pushing it out. And I want about double the size of my dough at this point. Not quite, but I want to get close. Once I have that, you put it on the knuckles of your hand and you slowly rotate this. You're going to let gravity do a lot of the work for you, but it's after doing, I don't know, probably a few 10,000, 11,000 pieces in the last couple of years. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. Once you get the size you're desiring, this is a 12-inch, 13-ounce dough ball. You'll plate it, or not plate it, you'll put it up. And a lot of the times, if you have little air bubbles, you pop those. So once you have those done, you're not going to be able to get them all, but you can get a fair amount of them. And you've got your dough like this. We're going to start with our Evo, extra virgin olive oil. So I nick my dough a few times. Don't need too much of this. A little goes a long way. For everything, this is basically just to give it some kind of sauce. This is pretty good stuff. This is Corto. This is my favorite. It's a good blend of olive oil. It's always important to use really good ingredients. And Corto is the best one I found by far. Now I'm going to put this all the way out to my crust line. I want to leave a little bit of a line left. That way you actually have a bit of the crust, but the middle should be nice and covered. At that point, I'm going to start with my protein. Here we're using Atlantic salmon. I prefer Atlantic salmon, and this particular batch is from Harbor Banks, which is they're just a really good company. They have good products. The salmon's always been good. It's always been nice. So what I'm going to do here is just kind of layer it out. I'm going to start on my edge, and I'm going to kind of work my way in. You know, and with these pizzas, you really don't need a whole lot of toppings. This particular pizza has a few toppings on it, so more doesn't always mean better. It's nice just to have a good range. After this point, I'm going to quickly wash my hands. Don't yell. Great. Next, I'm going to add my olives. I've got my black olives, which I'm going to evenly distribute around the pizza crust. More isn't always better. Next, I'm going to go with my green olives. The problem with more on this too is if you do a whole bunch, your flavors are really going to get muddled, and you're really not going to get to taste each individual ingredient. Each ingredient you put on your pizza you should be able to taste it. You should be able to tell that this is a green olive, this is a black olive, all of that good stuff. I'm moving to my Roma tomatoes next. This recipe actually calls for Greek Kalamata olives, but we've been subbing out Greek. The Kalamata is a bit better. Greek's a bit more, green's more around here. It's more of a local thing. After I've added my tomatoes everywhere, these aromas, I use my minced garlic, my rough chopped garlic. You don't need much of this. A little bit of garlic goes a long way. Add your garlic. I'm going to finish off with some spinach leaves. And with these, I'm just going to take some of my nicer ones. I'm going to tear them, toss them on, lose the stems. I love raw spinach. It's just wonderful. It's good for you. It's tasty. Not in a blender, not in a smoothie though. Never get into that. At this point, I'm going to add my fresh mozzarella. Fresh mozzarella is important. It's this actually comes into liquid form, or not liquid form. It comes into a solution, and when you grab it out of the solution, you've got to use a spoon or some kind of utensil to grab it out because the oils in your skin from grabbing your hand will make it spoil in a couple of days. We take this and I break it into smaller bits. I'm going to use 2 balls of this. These are about 3-ounce balls. I break it into smaller bits that kind of distributes a bit nicer. Otherwise, you get pockets of cheese and then pockets without cheese. And so I think this gives you just a bit better for overall distribution and all of that. And we're going a formation, or I go around in a circle until I get to the end. So I'm going to be a bit bigger. Now, the final thing I'm going to add to this is a little bit of feta cheese. This is a Mediterranean feta. It's very good feta. I like the little bit of spice they add to it, gives it a lot. Now, feta also goes a long way. So I'm going to do just a little over the top of this, maybe another little bit in the middle. Wonderful. One moment, I'm going to wash my hands and put it up. I only add a little bit of that. Okay, let's grab it. Now, when you're putting stuff on your peel, grab a little bit of flour. Always dust your peel a bit just in case it's a little stuck. I'll take it, slide it under, grab it up. Now, if I need to stretch it to make it bigger, I can at this point, but I won't need to. This is actually where I want it. Go to my oven, open it up, all the way to the back, toss it in. Well, the pizza's been there for about 3 minutes now. We're cooking at about 550 in a double-decker Marsala, so it's good for, we take it, move our peel, and we rotate it good down to here. I'll move it to the back of the oven again, and I'll let it sit there for, how's she looking? Take a look at the bottom, she looks nice. Let's pull her on out. Oh, she's gonna be good. Throw her on the peel. Now, how we finish our pizzas, I use an oregano and I use a balsamic sea salt blend, and it's fantastic. You don't need much of it, just a little. So we'll sprinkle that all around the pizza. Finish it with our good old-fashioned cuts. 1 cut, 2 cuts, 3 cuts, 4 cuts to vine. And there you have it. Pretty good, right? Here's the finished product, 5 Oceans. And is it good? Oh yeah. Pretty hot though.